everyone, and welcome back to another video, another tip. This is going to be tip number 4 about how to start your own photography business and what you need to be thinking about and considering, and just my tips of what you should be doing. Now, I haven't talked about equipment up to this point, and I really need to right now. I'm not going to get into all of the technical stuff, but I just wanted to bring up a point, because I think if you're going to be starting to generate money from this, and if this is something that you truly want to do, then you are going to have to make an investment into a digital camera. Now, does it have to be a $5,000 camera? Absolutely not. You can go out right now and buy a bundle for like $500–600, a digital SLR that you can use right now to start making money with. That's the truth. There's a lot of cameras out there. They've come a long way, and they're going to give you really good results. I don't have any that I'm going to recommend to you, because there's so many kinds out there, and there's so many ones that people fall in love with and just love that brand. I'm a Nikon guy. That doesn't mean Canon isn't good. I think Canon makes a great camera. I know Nikon. I've used Nikon. I love Nikon. That's just my personal opinion. But let me just go over real quick with you the differences between a point-and-shoot camera and a digital SLR camera. Okay, now with a point-and-shoot camera, it's exactly what it says. You just turn it on and push the little button here, and away you go. Yeah, there's some settings in there, but it's pretty basic, and there's no external features usually, so it's really basic. Can you practice with this? Absolutely, and that's really what I've been going over in some of these tips. But with a digital SLR, here's a few of the basic things that I think that are really important to understand. This right here, your external flash, you can take this on and off the camera, okay? That's really big. The other thing is you can take this external flash and you can point it up to bounce off the ceiling. You can position it over this way if you're taking a vertical shot, if you wanted to bounce it off that wall. You can do all different things with this right here, with this top piece right here. So this is your external flash, okay? And that comes on and off. It's got a hot shoe, that's what they call that, is a hot shoe. And that is what accepts this, external flash. Also, there's a PC port on here which a cable gets plugged into, or you can go into the hot shoe where you can trigger your external lights. We're not going to get into that. Like I said, I'm not going to overwhelm you with all of that stuff. The other thing is external lenses where you can, or detachable lenses where you can take these on and off. Really important, because sometimes your situations are going to be different. In the beginning, again, I would keep things simple and I would go with one lens, and that way you're not trying to figure out which one is right for the right job. Usually if you're in a portrait studio, you're going to be sticking with one lens. If you're outside, on location, sporting events, all that stuff, you're going to go with different size lenses. But that's really the basics on a digital SLR, and these range all different prices. But I just did want to touch on that, because my next tip is going to be about building a portfolio. And if you are serious about this, you're going to want to go out and invest in at least an entry-level digital SLR that you can grow with. And the reason why I say that is because with this camera, you can capture some really nice images, and if you blow them up to a 4x6 or a 5x7 and put them in your portfolio, they're going to look great. But when you do them for a client, number one, you might not be able to produce a 16x20 that they want because the quality isn't going to be there. The other thing is you don't have the external features for a professional lighting system. And the last thing is it doesn't look that professional. So like if you show up to a job and you're like, hey, you know, say cheese, you look just like everybody else. If you go there with this guy and you go, hey, say cheese, you know, right here. And you're just going to look a lot more professional. So that's why I wanted to touch on that in this video. Like I said, it's not a bunch of technical stuff that I'm going to be going over, but I will say this: if you do get the digital SLR, use the manual. Go through that manual. It will give you all of the education that you need to learn in that manual. It makes a lot of sense, and a lot of people don't use it. So I would recommend that. But that's this tip. I'll see you in the next.